Hi friends, in today's video I want to introduce the tune for Ireland, I Won't Say Her Name. The tune goes by a wide variety of names. I know that's no surprise to you. It's a great tune for us to use the skills we currently have and continue to developing our skills. And that's why I'm focusing on a number of these slow tunes. In addition to the fact that I just love them and they are so wonderful to play. But we are building, as I said, a great foundation, and this tune is something we will love for a long time and that will help us develop that foundation. We'll follow our usual format. I'll introduce the story behind the tune, what little we know with this one. I'll then play through the tune slowly, standing so that you could see my fingers in the play along with Scott section. I'll then comment on any challenges you may experience, as well as we'll have a brief ornament conversation together. And you know, now that we've all been playing together for a while, I'd like for you to make some ornament comments down in the comments of this video. What do you find that works well to express this tune? I'll, as I've done, add chapters to the tune so that you can navigate back to the play along with Scott section and play along with me to help you learn the tune. And the other thing I'll do is I'll provide a link in the notes for this video to download the music and tabs if you use those. So this is another very old tune. The first printed transcription of the tune is from the middle of the 19th century. So it's definitely older than that because it had to have disseminated through a lot of the country by that point. So we don't know who wrote the tune, why, or when, or where. There are a few primary variations to this tune, and so finding that core of the tune was much more challenging with this tune. I had to choose a direction to go, and that's okay. And there are a couple of different sets of lyrics for the tune, and it's really the lyrics I want to think about because they're pretty interesting for this tune. No matter which set of lyrics you go by, the tune is about a young man who has fallen in love with a young girl. I know, normal story. But in this one, he's infatuated with her from afar, and I don't think she's aware. And so he tells, in the one set of lyrics, he tells about his love for her and how one day they will be married and they will live happily ever after. In the other set of lyrics, it sounds as though she lives at the neighboring farm and he has his eye on her. And at the end of each verse, he says, but I won't tell you her name. And I heard someone say that a great translation of the phrase, for Ireland I won't tell you her name, or for Ireland I won't speak her name, is I'm not going to tell you her name even if you offer me all of Ireland. And that makes a lot of sense. So I hope that helps you too. So let's walk through the tune. I'll play it as transcribed and with no ornamentation at all, except for some tonguing to differentiate between some of the notes. So let's play through the tune. You will notice, though, in the transcription I provide, if you download that the entire song is repeated. Right now, I'm just going to play through the melody once. But if you're playing the tune itself is written so that you play it twice. So, for Ireland, I would not speak her name. Starting off on a G, 3 holes covered, and it's a walk-in, G, A, and then B. As far as trouble spots go, there aren't that many. However, one of the things I'd like you to notice is that you're stepping from the B to the low D a couple of times. And notice there, and I've said this before, I paused momentarily. If you would like to do that, do that. That is a helpful way to be able to make that transition. It gives you the fraction of a second to play the B and then get whole coverage before you let your breath continue again. A little trick. You could try that. As I look through the tune, you might, in the middle of the tune, watch the step up into the second octave. Some of your breath control might be needed there. Watch that phrasing. So watch how that flows and maybe work on that passage a little bit to make sure your first octave to second octave transitions are okay. As far as the ornaments go, this is intended to be a very smooth and emotive love song. So obviously you want to use some note differentiating ornaments. You'll use some cuts and taps, but nothing harsh in there. I'm thinking maybe some slides up to some of the notes, a little vibrato. You've got a couple of great challenges. For example, in that first line, you work up to the held B. That's that first note covered. What will you do there? Will you hit some vibrato? Because you don't have a lot of options left for other things. You can't roll there. You might want to do like a mid-note tap or cut, or you might want to start off, you want to slide into it, maybe a light vibrato. Then a perfect vibrato opportunity is when you get to the A on the second line, you could experiment with two-finger vibrato on the F sharp and E. Remember, fluctuate your fingers in kind of agreement with the rhythm of the tune. So experiment with some of your ornamentation there and see what you like with that. If you've got questions about the tune, add them in the comments. If you fall in love with a certain means of ornamenting that, add that in the comments. I'd love to hear that. If you fall in love with a slightly different transcription of the tune, let me know. I've heard some beautiful sung renditions of this, so look it up. In the notes, I'm including the primary Irish name for the tune, because you might find some of the sung and played versions from that more than the English name for the tune. So copy and paste that into your search. Anyway, I hope you fall in love with this tune like I did. And it's another good tune to work on our skills and to be able to hit a home run with playing it. So that's great. And also, please start letting me know some of the other tunes you love that you want us to share. Some folks have already started doing that. I really appreciate it. I'm so happy that we're learning together how to play our whistles in community. Until next time, this is Scott Shade. Happy low D whistling.